ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to, I guess, technically the 1 year anniversary of the Dynamic Duo.
Oh, yeah.
It started last year in January.
Yeah.
Crazy. Time flies by. Does not feel like that.
Yeah.
I am on the Clownpins podcast, Tress. Now, I have no idea. We're about to be in the new year, or we're in the new year, whenever this releases. I'm not sure.
I'm slicing and dicing Kyle Smith.
Where did you get that from?
I don't know. I just thought of Logan.
Well, today what we're going to do, we're going to honor, in a way, our first cast that we did last year.
Yeah.
What we did is, we set up.
Wow. So what we did is
so
we had a lineup
I'm super
of all
tired.
of the 2016
Apparently.
movies that were coming out, and we decided to rank them, which ones we were most excited for, and which ones we weren't so excited for.
Boom, Kyle can
today
talk.
is the day that
2017.
2017.
See,
to see how well those movies did rank of what we thought they were going to be.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's start, and then after we're gonna do the 2017 ones. We're gonna talk about every comic book movie come out in 2017, and we're gonna. And this year, I think we're gonna do some difference. We're gonna do our excitement. Yeah. We're gonna do what we'll think will make the most money, and we'll do what we think Rotten Tomatoes will have the best, because that played a big thing in this year. So I think that's only right, and we can.
2016 was a crazy year.
Mm-hmm. So to start off with what we had, so I'm going from the bottom to the low, or the bottom to the highest.
The lowest to the highest. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do not drink. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why. Bottom to the highest of what we were most excited for. So in 2016, we put Gambit, which didn't come out.
Oh, yeah.
That was supposed to.
Gambit.
No, it was supposed to come out October of 2016. Even when we did that cast, there had been like no word, no director, and we kind of thought, oh, it might not come out. Yeah. And now it's just kind of like inevitably delayed. It's just kind of like.
Yeah, we haven't heard any more information about that.
So what did you think about that movie, Kyle?
It was a great movie.
Yeah, it was
a
awesome.
Great thought.
Not since The Dark Knight have we seen such a good movie. After that, and we won't talk about how it paled until we talk about all. Okay. After that was Doctor Strange. I remember because I listened back to this cast. We put it there because at that time there was no trailers or anything like that. So we put it second lowest. We liked the cast. We talked about Mads Mikkelsen, of course, all that. But we're like, we've seen nothing, so we can't like really judge. So throw those two out of the way. Now, when we get to these 5, these are ones we had all at least seen one trailer for. Yeah. So the third least excited we were for was Suicide Squad.
Huh.
So we had that. Yeah. Right after that was X-Men Apocalypse. Then we had Captain America Civil War.
Yeah.
And then we had BVS as our second most excited movie, and then Deadpool.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So this is, I guess, like a little retrospective. Holy. This is a little retrospect for 2016, too, because we don't need to do a big wrap-up. We review the movies. We talk about them a lot. But looking at that list, what is your ranking? Like, where do you put all those movies for yourself? How close or not close was this list for you? I'll start off with this. Yeah. Is Deadpool your favorite of 2016 more than Captain America and Civil War?
I don't know. They're kind of pretty tied.
You got to pick one.
You know what? I think I'm going to go with...
You're confident, and then nope, it's gone.
Yeah, I thought I was confident. I really want to say Deadpool, but Captain America Civil War was just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But Deadpool was just amazing as well because it was so different in that. I think I'm going to stick with Deadpool.
Okay, that's fine, because I would go Civil War, so we match up. But see, so for the list so far for you, number 1 was right. Yeah. Now, number 2 was BVS. Out of all these... Because I think you like Squad more. Is BVS the lowest on the list then of 2016 for you?
I guess out of all the movies that we've seen, it's pretty low.
Mm-hmm.
I think I still like BVS for the excitement of it of it all.
Some of the scenes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say Apocalypse is probably lower than BVS.
Yeah. So wait a second. So it would go BVS, Apocalypse, and Squad. So Squad's above.
Sorry, are you going from the lowest to the highest?
Yeah. What's your lowest to highest from 2016? And I'll say
my lowest.
Yeah. So we got Deadpool 1. We know that, and so far BVS. What's in the middle of those two?
Okay, lower than BVS would have been Apocalypse.
Really?
Like I liked Apocalypse.
You give BVS a 4, so that means Apocalypse is like a 3.5 or a 3.9.
Well, these movies. I think it's just in the excitement range.
Okay. No, I'm not talking about excitement. I'm talking about your actual enjoyment.
Enjoyment.
No, yeah, because we did the excitement. No. I'm talking about now that you've seen them. That was our excitement for the movies. What we were most excited for. What did you enjoy the most? Like actually watching. That's what I meant by this list.
Okay.
Sorry, folks.
So yeah, top would be Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom would probably be BVS.
Mm-hmm.
Then it would probably go Suicide Squad,
Mm-hmm.
and then Apocalypse Now. Then
just Apocalypse.
I don't know why Apocalypse.
There's
Now.
a separate movie called Apocalypse Now.
I do this every time.
Every time. Ah, that Apocalypse Now movie's quite great.
And then
so you got Strange, Civil War left. So obviously,
Strange and Civil War.
Yeah. Mine's pretty much the same. Like we got a couple. I think we got 2 flips because mine would go Civil War, Deadpool. So that's a flip. It would go Strange. So Strange is right there in that middle spot. Yeah. X-Men next, and then we have the same list except our first 2 are split and our last 2 because I didn't like Squad as much. So because that was the only comic movie I failed this year. So that would be and you failed BVS. So that was so. Yeah, I was gonna say it didn't turn. X-Men, legitimately funny enough, is the only one, I guess, other for you because Deadpool. On that for both of us, X-Men was in the 3rd highest for most excited. I'm taking Gambit out because Gambit doesn't count, and that's on both our lists as 3rd. So that's the one that we were somewhat excited, and it matched our expectations. The rest were BVS had a big drop. That was BVS goes from I think the second most excited to
that BVS was when that second trailer came out and it looked so good, and then
the 3rd. No, we did it right after that 3rd trailer that showed everything.
Oh, did it?
We were still because I listened back to it to hear our rankings. We were just we still thought it had potential to be a good movie, and we were excited at the DCEU getting set up and everything, and we're excited to see a new Batman and. Lo and behold, what a movie we got.
What a time to be alive.
Now we're going to talk about 2017. So we're going to do, right now we're just going to go over the movies, just talk about them one by one, what we think about them. At the end, we'll do our excitement. We'll do a box list, and we'll do a Rotten Tomatoes. So I'm going in order of when they're coming out. One I know you're very excited for, Batman Lego. Coming out February. I don't have the exact dates. I'm a terrible podcaster. I did not look. While you're talking, I'll get the exact dates. But coming out February. So How do you feel about
Batman Lego? Let's go. I think my body is ready for this movie, and I feel like every other,
Batman's one of our favorite. Well,
DC fans.
for sure.
It's my favorite character and one of your favorites.
One of my favorite characters as well too. So to see him done right after everything we've seen.
I don't know if you could call this done right. That's kind of a tongue-in-cheek sort of way.
I know. Well, yeah, I guess.
February 10th for you geeks out there that don't know.
I think it's just going to be a great way to kind of make fun and bring enjoyment from all the Batmans that we've seen over the years.
Well, that's the thing that I like. I think this is. It feels like kind of the ultimate fan film in a way. Not only does it feel like it's being made by fans, but it kind of feels like it's being made for fans because there's stuff like stuff you wouldn't know. But back in the day, the very first Batman, they cast Billy D. Williams as Harvey Dent, and then they recast him in the 3rd one. They brought Tommy Jones to play Two-Face, but in this movie, he's voicing Two-Face. He never got to play Two-Face, and he's voicing him. It's little stuff like that that gets me so excited. The trailers, we've talked about them every time, but I'll just reinstate. There's so much fun with. That one with him talking to his parents painting, and Alfred comes in and just roundhouse him, or the thing when he's like, I'm home, and it's the one is the loneliest number thing. Yeah. The Robin stuff looks great. Yeah. Joker looks kind of fun. I like the whole I don't know, they won't go too far in it, but they have a BVS sort of scene where him and Superman are staring at each other in the rain. It's legitimately just going to be to sell this to anybody, or if someone had to try to sell this to me, it's going to be the Lego movie, but centered around Batman and his story and world. Yeah, and that's where, to me, that just sounds perfect. Also, we probably won't get the Lego movie ending with the kid and the parent right at the end.
That's fine.
But I think that but I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think it's good because it's going to be good for families. It's going to be good for us. I think it's just going to be a good time. I don't see, from the guys that did the Lego movie and just from the trailers so far, I don't see where it could go wrong. This one has a lot more leverage because even if some jokes don't land, it's kind of not like Squad, or it's not like Strange, where we take those a bit more seriously, not because they're not anime, but just because they're setting up universes or they're a part of a continual story. This is just going to be
I think this is more fun movie and come for it. Even the scene with the Joker and Batman, it almost acted like they were dating. It's oh no, I'm seeing other people.
I fight lots of other people. What do you mean you fight lots of other people? So that's coming out February 10th. Next we have March 3rd, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's March 3rd. Logan. How do you feel about Logan? We've talked about a few times. How are you feeling about this movie?
So, you just sent us a photo yesterday on our group chat.
Well, this is what we can talk about, because when this come out, it might be a few weeks old, but we won't have talked about it on newscasts because we just have bloopers out. Go check those out. There's rumors that Deadpool is in it, or Ryan Reynolds has shot a scene as Deadpool, either in the movie or a post-credit scene. Mm-hmm. Now, at the time of this recording, all three of Reynolds, Jackman, and the director has come out and says that's not happening.
Oh.
But for fun and speculation, let's say it is, because it still could. Many people say it's not going to, like, Marion Cotillard, who was playing Talia Ghul in Dark Knight Rises for months, said she's not Talia, she was Talia. Mm-hmm. They said that Planet Hulk was not going to be happening, Hulk wouldn't be in Thor 3. It's happening. So, this happens all the time. Could be true, but what do you feel about the movie, and then what do you feel about if Deadpool were in this? Would you think he can... Because the only complaint or kind of worry I've seen from people, and people even that are on our podcast, was they're worried that the tone of that trailer could get ruined by a Deadpool scene or cameo, because you take the Deadpool movie and you take the Logan trailer, those look like 100%, 360 different movies, they don't look anything like. So what do you feel about Logan, and what do you feel about potential Deadpool being in there?
So let's go with just the Logan movie. I think it's going to be really good. I'm really excited for it. Just look something different, a little bit more, I guess, independent almost looking.
Very much so, very small budget, very independent is probably the best.
Kind of more like an international film type style, which is what makes a really good film, really, to watch. Hopefully. It's all speculations. But
next year it'll be RBVS, man.
It gives it a big change from what they were doing before, kind of what a comic book movie should be like. So I'm kind of excited to see where they take this direction and see where they go with that. But on the other hand, for the Deadpool part, it'd be awesome to see Deadpool on it. But at the same time, will it ruin the tone? Who knows, right? And, it might be just that one scene. It might be fine. There's some sort of comedic humor, because obviously that's what you're going to get with Deadpool, or some sort of tension. But hopefully that doesn't wreck the rest of the movie at all.
Yeah. I think same thing for me. The Logan part is, for me, when you say you think it's going to be good, I would say that, but I go the other route. I think this has to be good. It has to be great. It has to be, because it's his last time. If it's anything... kind of just I think the Japan Wolverine was a good movie. I liked it, but a lot of people still were not the biggest fan of it. Liam wasn't, and I get it because the ending was a little strange. I don't want that. I don't want it being oh, the movie was good except for this part. The movie was good, and I'm not talking about the Deadpool, just in general, any part. I don't want to be oh, it was good, but this happened or this happened. I don't think this movie has to be perfect. But I've said this on Geek First Podcast. For me, this movie has to be a 9 out of 10 or higher for me to be happy with it, because of the trailer. If that trailer was kind of alright, I'd be alright, but the expectation level they've set now for me going in, between it being his last time, Xavier's back, they're introducing X-23, I think they have a good shot, like you said, it has an independent feel, they have a good shot to be the breakout movie next year, they have a shot to be the movie everyone's talking about for years, I feel like we've gotten a lot of great comic book movies like Avengers and Guardians, everything like that, but everyone still says there's not really been one since The Dark Knight, right? Everyone still goes back, but The Dark Knight. I don't know if Logan can be that, but I really want to be these movies are great, but that fucking Logan movie is really good. I want my dad to be oh man, I kind of like superheroes, but that Dark Knight movie, that film's good. I want Logan to be good. So there's that. With the Deadpool thing, it's me being selfish, because I really want Reynolds and Jackman to have a scene together. I think, not counting Origins way back in the day, because he's officially Deadpool now, I think if we never get a scene of those two together, especially after Deadpool, all the Jackman and Wolverine jokes in Deadpool, if we don't get to see them together, I'm always going to feel like something's missing. So I hope it is with Hugh. I have no problem with it, because I think if he's there for... even if he's there for 2 scenes, let's say he's there for a scene in the movie with Jackman and a post-credit scene, I think those are, if they're 2 smaller scenes, it won't ruin it. So it might be a comedic moment, but I don't think it will ruin the whole tone of the movie. If he was there from start to finish, then I'd say, that could be a bit much. I don't think it's going to work. But if he's just kind of a cameo or a fun little appearance, the thing with Deadpool, he doesn't die, right? So if this is a post-apocalyptic world, Deadpool could be there too. And it could even be a thing that Deadpool's just fucking out of his mind, and Wolverine and him have some fight scene or something, or maybe it's a flashback to when they have a fight scene. I don't know. And then there's that possibility of it being a post-credit scene. If that's the case, then I think it could just be a scene with X-23, because we've talked about this before. She's in this group called the X-Force, so it's Deadpool and Cable and a bunch of it's their kind of Guardians, it's their offshoot, more violent people. And we have talked about this before, that we were wondering is she gonna carry on, or are they gonna like recast an older one? So this could be answer that. So I'm hoping he's in it. I really want it. I don't have the same worries as other people. The movie, I think it is going to be great, but I think it has to be great. I think hopefully by the time this is dropped, we haven't seen a second trailer. I know when we're recording this, they're saying in January, second one was supposed to drop.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence where I'm on the side where I was like, you could never show me another trailer and I'm going to be fine going in this movie. Like, I almost wonder, like, how can you outdo that trailer, right? Yeah. So the only thing I can think is they'll do a trailer that shows more of the story, but I don't want to know too much, you know, so...
I don't even want to watch it.
You don't have to. You don't have to, unless it's another great one, but I don't know how you upstage that first one, so... That's coming out in March. May... Maybe the most anticipated of them all, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yeah, it's going to be good as well, too. It's another great Guardians film, so I think that will probably be my second on the list.
Yeah.
But
don't spoil it.
Oh, sorry. But I don't know. I love Guardians. The first time around, it was such a fun ride, so let's do it again all over. So.
The only thing, I can't say much either. It's the same thing. Like, I'm excited. Yeah. I think this is the one out of all of them that I'm sure will at least be good. Yeah. Other than Lego Batman, because the way Lego Batman is, I can look at them and just be like, yeah, that's going to be at least good, to great. My only thing is, do you think they have too much, we talked a little about this on Geekverse Podcast as well, do you think they have too much of an uphill climb against the first one? How good the first one is, how everyone loves the first one? Because it's one of these things of, like, we knew it was going to be a sequel because it's Marvel, but you got thing like, you remember the first Taken, like with Liam Neeson and how great that was? And you look at all the other ones, like not as good, people always joke about how bad they are, this and that. So it's like, can they upstage that first one? Because that's my only worry, is that one is so good. And I think they can, but that's the only way, only part I could see where this movie could go wrong.
The kind of the big thing with sequels is that it's always hard to, how do you up the ante the second time around? But say like the movie like The Hangover. The Hangover was great. Yeah. And then you go watch The Hangover 2 and you're like,
it's alright.
Well, then just make the whole movie again and make a joke about it. But then, right? So...
Well, but I guess, I think you have a good point with The Hangover there, but I think we have stuff like, you look at Doctor Strange, we all liked it, but I think you and me, who I think you were around a 6, I was around a 7, we could easily be impressed, right? A sequel could easily top the first one for us. Yeah. Where Guardians, to me... Other than for me, like I think they could do better in the villain department. The rest of the film is pretty damn good, if not flawless. And that's the thing where it's like, I feel like you can top them, but with Guardians being so good, I don't know if they can. I think they can, but I think that's my only worry going into this is like, and even seeing trailers too. Like, are we gonna like? I don't think we'll like. But already those two jokes that I've laughed at the most with Drac, with the hugging, and the when he said, "Oh, you must be so embarrassed." Like those to me have already been spoiled. Like those moments, and I laughed hysterically at home, but now I'm not gonna laugh like that in the theater, right? Yeah. So do you think it can match or top the first one?
I think that was my issue with the trailers, is that they showed us too much humor.
Yeah.
That, like, again, you want those surprise jokes. Like, let's say the first one on Guardians, when he's getting around looking for this guy's leg, and he's like, oh, I don't need his leg. And it's just a complete joke the entire time. Like, that was great. So hopefully they kind of throw in more humor like that, where we just are so thrown off of it.
Back asswards.
But still, no, I think it has, again, like what you're saying, it has to be good.
Oh, so you think it has to be good, but do you think it has to be better than the first one?
I think it has to be at least the same, if not better.
Oh, okay. That's tough.
Yeah, which is a tough act to follow. So we'll see how they play it.
Oh no, I'm right. Wonder Woman comes out next. I wasn't sure. I'm actually going to quickly double check because I wasn't sure. But either way, we'll talk about that now. We've seen a couple trailers coming from DC, hoping to rebound from a very, well, if you like them, great, but like still, like from a very mixed year, we'll say. I'd say lower than mixed, but a very mixed year that's coming out June 2nd. Yeah, because I wasn't sure if that came out in July or not. So June 2nd. Yeah, it's a big year. How are you feeling about this? We've seen 2 trailers now. How are you feeling about this as months is going on? You look like you're in deep thought right now.
I am in deep thought right now. Just what we've seen before. I think the last few movies from DC has kind of just changed my mood of I want from Wonder Woman,
Mm-hmm.
and I really want Wonder Woman to do well.
Oh yeah.
I just want to praise and be like, Wonder Woman, best movie I've seen, blah blah blah.
Wow.
But
That's
I
high
don't.
praise.
Well, that's what I want.
No, true. I know.
But I don't know if that will happen after what we've kind of seen. A lot of different director changes, and like as we said in previous casts, like DC hasn't really sat down and like decided like, what are we going to do. They've kind of just fuck, like we need to do something and just throw a movie together. So I'm hoping this isn't kind of just one of those movies that are just thrown together because they feel like they have to do it.
Yeah.
I'm still excited. I'm excited for it, but I think it's starting to get lower down the list for me, just because of everything that's happened.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Like, if you ask me about a Wonder Woman movie by itself, contained, I'm very excited for it. And I actually didn't like the second trailer as much, but that first trailer at Comic-Con, I think that was the best trailer of Comic-Con. I think, for me, it's still one of the best like superhero trailers or action movie trailers I've seen in a long time. It was good with the story. It showed her getting moments, showed Chris Pine getting moments. It just looked great. And I always say this, and I hate sounding like a broken record, but it is just like that. I've seen really good trailers from DC, and I'm really hoping this is the one because, and this is like not a spoiler where my placement is, but my thing is like I have very little excitement for Justice League. If this can at least be good, like I like BVS, but it wasn't enough for me to be like, oh, I got lots of hope for the future. You know, it was just like, I like certain scenes, but the overall package wasn't the greatest. For Justice League, like, if Wonder Woman comes out and it's kind of the same as like a BVS or a Suicide Squad that's kind of mixed, or I don't really like it, or I'm kind of mad, like, I don't think I have, like, I don't know, I have like a point, I have like, I don't know, I have like 5% excitement for Justice League. I honestly do, which sounds bad because Justice League, it's going to be their Avengers, it's going to be, you're going to see all these heroes team up, but it doesn't feel earned, right? Because we're just like, okay, here's Flash, here's Aquaman. Like, we don't know like, we know them, but we don't know these people, you know? So, like, with Wonder Woman, at least we get to know her a bit. For just the film in general, I'm excited, other than it's a prequel, and I'm always kind of meh on prequels. You know, we know that she's going to survive. We know kind of probably where the story's going to go. So, it's hard for me to like a prequel, especially, like, you look at, like, Rogue One, for example. I'm someone that, like, I liked it, but it didn't blow me away, because I just felt like I knew everything that was going to happen. And I don't think I'll feel the same with this, because we don't know the certain plot points, but we know certain, like, Chris Pine in the movie, like, we know he's not going to make it out, or he's just going to be, like, he's not in Justice League, right? So it's like, I don't know if this movie can surprise me. I'm just hoping that it's going to be good, at least. So, coming next, Spider-Man Homecoming. I've not heard your thoughts on the trailer at all, actually. So I'm excited to hear what you think about this.
So the first time I saw the trailer was in the theater.
Oh, with Rogue One?
With Rogue One.
Oh, yeah? So you texted it to me, and you still didn't watch it when you texted it to me? You said, oh, have you seen this?
I think that was the second trailer.
No, there's only one trailer so far.
Oh, well, I think maybe the theater make it look a lot better. I know, I'm just going back on my words. No, it looks awesome. You know, a lot different. It's going to be a lot more like of a fun movie as well, too.
Oh yeah.
So I don't really have much more to say on.
You don't sound that excited then, really, because that's the quickest you've talked about any of these movies.
Well, I didn't talk about Wonder Woman that much.
True, but I guess Wonder Woman, we've already been on the fence. But with the other ones, like, why do you talk so little about? Because you were on the Spider-Man retrospective. We're reviewing Spider-Man monthly, sometimes weekly. True. So, like, how come that trailer didn't get you more excited then?
I guess it's just I haven't really thought much of it.
And you loved him in Civil War.
Did love him in Civil War. It was good. I'm just excited for the movie. I just don't have much more to say. I'm just pumped. I want to see all these movies now. Yeah. Really. Well,
yeah, I do. Yeah, I actually want to see. If you had to ask me what I wanted to see the most, would be Justice League, just to see, like, how it all gonna. It's the same thing as BVS. I just want to see it just to be like, man, I'm going in there. It's like 20% Rotten Tomatoes. I just want to see this thing and see what it's like. But yeah, Spider-Man. I'm very excited. I love the tone of that trailer. It's very young. It's very hip. Yeah. It looks like it's very much going to be for a younger crowd. I could see. I don't know. I think Marvel's good enough to make parents and kids like it, but I could see older people without kids kind of being, I'm not really the fan. Like, it's kind of too John Hughes. He's just kind of too, like, kiddish. But I think that's a good thing. We have 5 other Spider-Man movies that were kind of that for a little bit, but not really. It's more adult. I think this is a good route. Tom Holland's been great from what we've seen so far. My only worry so far is just that I just hope that Iron Man's not in it too much and doesn't overshadow Spider-Man. Like I hope he just because when he
kind of just guides him.
Yeah, because that last shot with him in the Iron Man suit, that's what makes me worry. You know, I do not want something to happen and then like he needs Tony's help in the end. You know, I want it to be a solo venture, but I just want to stick that. I want it to be fun. I want it to still be serious. I want to have a good time, and I want it like the reason I don't worry is because I remember in Civil War watching Spider-Man, and it really felt like Spider-Man. And I really like Garfield. I love Tobey. I love the past ones, but these ones, because it was, I think Liam sent a review because it was a kid. That was the thing. Like, I legitimately almost cried when he gave a speech about like just helping the little guy out, because I was like, man, like that is Spider-Man up there. So I think from what I've seen so far, I'm not too worried now. I think it's going to be at least a good movie. Yeah, but I think it could. I think that's kind of the sleeper hit because like Wonder Woman, Justice League, and Guardians, lots of pressure. Logan, I think now has lots of pressure because that trailer, but before it was just like okay, everyone was just excited because of Jackman's last time. Batman Lego's the same. Thor Ragnarok, which we're gonna get into, could go like kind of either way. But I feel like Spider-Man's this one like everyone's kind of like, oh yeah, it's gonna be good and fun. But I think that could be next year when we talk about this or whenever we talk about that. I honestly think that could have the potential to be the best out of all of these, even with Logan in there, because Logan could easily like not match our expectations, right? It could still be good, but
all these movies could not match our expectations.
Yeah, we're Spider-Man. I think everyone's at this good level where they're excited, but they're like, "Oh, I can't wait to see it." It's kind of, I feel like it's kind of like the Guardians, where when Guardians came out, Captain America or Winter Soldier came out, and X-Men: Days of Future Past came out, and then Guardians came out, and that was like the biggest hit of the year, right? Like everyone was talking about it, everyone loves Guardians. I could see Spider-Man doing that, and I could see Spider-Man doing that for kids as well, because we talked about that, I think, on our very first cast, tying it all back, was how Spider-Man has kind of fallen from being the top echelon. Like, he is still there, but you'd say more like a Batman. Like, Batman's always been popular, but like Iron Man, I'd say in the past few years, been more popular. And like this year at Halloween, when I took my goddaughter out just in the mall, I saw a lot of Captain Americas, and I can't believe that, because Captain America's just like a goody two-shoe, does good things, and like even kids sometimes like, oh, that's boring. Like, I want to be Batman, you know. So it's like, it's been a shift, but I think this could shift him right back. And the last thing is just the actual tone is the opening shot of that trailer when he's taking down those bank robbers and they're all wearing Avengers masks.
Yeah,
like,
that's pretty cool too.
It looks so good. Yeah. Thor 3, so what happens is Spider-Man comes out July 7th, and then there's a big gap. Thor 3, Thor Ragnarok comes out in November. Oh, wow. So we got Loki's coming back for this. We got Planet Hulk's storyline. Hulk's going to be in there. We know Doctor Strange is going to have some sort of role. Yeah. How are you feeling about this? Because how do you feel about the actual Thor movies alone?
I'm alright with the Thor movies. Like, they're okay. There's nothing that really just blows me away. Yeah. I almost could do without them.
Oh, wow. Without them, though, there's no Loki. But the thing is, do you actually like Thor as a character?
I think he's an interesting character. And if you kind of like that medieval type of style.
North mythology.
That you would really like that. But for me, that's not really for me. Yeah. So that's why I'm kind of like,
yeah. Could be another Doctor Strange. Pardon me? Could be another Doctor Strange for you. We're like, oh, it's alright.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see. Like, kind of. It'd be interesting to kind of figure out where they have been this whole time.
Does I was gonna say, does the appearance of like a Doctor Strange and the Hulk kind of being a co-main character, does that get you more excited?
I think it just makes me more not excited, just intrigued of what they're going to do with this. Yeah, because I have no idea.
That's a good word to describe it. Yeah, I'm excited. I don't know. I've gone back and forth a few times because I think I'm on Liam's side with the first one at least, but a lot of people there's a big minority of people that like, everyone seems to like the first Thor, but I quite enjoy it. I don't know if I can say I love it, but I really, really like the first Thor. Like, next to Iron Man, it would be like maybe that with Hulk and Captain America. Like, those first ones, I really like it. I liked the directing. I liked the introduction of Loki. I just really liked it. It felt real, like the world. So that was great. And to me, the Thor Dark World is like for me, my least favorite Marvel movie. I don't think it's a bad movie. I've called it jokingly a bad or their worst one before, but I don't think it's a bad movie. I still have fun. I've still rewatched it, but for me, that was my least favorite out of the MCU movies. I've liked Iron Man 3 and 2 better than that. I've liked Avengers 1. I like Avengers 2 more than that. I've liked Ant-Man. Like, all of them, I've liked more than that one. So this is really, like, I'm 50-50 on the Thor series. I think it will be better, or at least I think it's going to be, like you said, more intriguing because we have Hulk, we have Doctor Strange, Loki's back. And anytime Tom Hiddleston's back as Loki, that's always good. Yeah. There's a great actress, Kate Blanchett, is playing Hela. She's the main villain, so I think that's good. So I think this, I don't know, I don't want to put the same stamp on it on Spider-Man, but I think this has the same potential that it can be kind of a sleeper sort of hit because I feel like it's not on a lot of people's radar, but I think the second you see that poster and you see Thor and you see I don't know if Doctor Strange will be on the poster, but you see Hulk, like, I guess the other thing is, too, this is one like we did last year. This is the only one on the list we've not seen a trailer for it yet. Yeah. And that's the thing, that it could take me one trailer, like the Logan. Logan, I was already excited because, okay, it's his last time. I'm excited to see him go out. But I had my expectations. One really good Thor Ragnarok trailer could change my excitement. Right now, I'm excited. Like you said, I want to see all these movies. But I'm just like, okay, I'm excited for when it gets here, but we'll see. If one trailer comes out and it's just balls to the wall really good, then it'll change my tune. And I
think for right now, it's kind of just like, we'll see what happens.
It's up in the air, kind of.
Because Doctor Strange was really good, and it's just more intriguing or kind of interesting to see what they'll do with Thor and Hulk and trying to relate to what Doctor Strange's world and also relating to Thor's world type thing, and kind of putting those together, and then how that works in the whole MCU in general.
And not only from like a story aspect, from a film standpoint, I'm excited to see if that works, because they've proven in the past, like, look at Civil War, was not a messy film. Like, they somehow had all these pieces in the main and worked well. Yeah. But is this a film that will not make it work well? Like, if you got Hulk, Doctor Strange, Loki, a new bad guy, part of the plot is they're trying to find Odin, like Thor's dad. So it's like, we've seen Marvel do it well before, so I trust them, but it's still that there's still like a little asterisk, like there's a lot in here, you know, like, can you balance it? I think they can. They've shown it before, but there's always that chance that you go in there and just be like, that was really messy. Like, they didn't need this, they didn't need that. So I think that one's the most, I'd say it's the second most up in the air compared to this one, Justice League. I think this for me is the most up in the air. It's the most.
We'll have no idea what's going to happen at all.
Until opening night. It won't even matter, because like the trailers could be great. And I've just loved the tale. Like, I think I'm going to go on record right now, I actually do not think this is going to be a good movie. Oh. And even then, with even the first trailer, this hasn't even done the Wonder Woman trick of, it tricked us into like, even let's say Wonder Woman's bad, it didn't, or we don't like it. It tricked us into really liking it, you know, where like BVS tricked us like, oh, we thought that was going to be an amazing movie, same as The Squad. Even with, and I get it because they were only filming for so long, they didn't have much to show at Comic-Con, but even that footage for me, I just remember we watched you were at my place, we watched Wonder Woman trailer, and that was right, we were blowing, man, that trailer was so good, and like, they were like, oh, Justice League trailer, and then we watched it, and it was just kind of like,
this is it?
Meh, like, it was like, it was alright, it wasn't bad, but like, and I'll take that back. I don't think it's gonna be a bad movie, but I think, at least, I think it's gonna be the lowest quality. Yeah, like, who knows, it could be a bad movie, but I don't think so. I think it'll still be, I think no matter what, they're gonna try and make it fun, and you are gonna get to see, like, Batman, Aquaman, and Flash just beat up a bunch of, like, aliens or parademons, so it's like, you're gonna have, like, a fun action, it could just be a, kind of a brainless kind of fun, but I think it will be the least quality. So I guess in retrospect, maybe next year, that'll be good because the least exploitations could make me like it more. But I just have, other than seeing Ben Affleck as Batman again, which I'm even still a little bit worried from that trailer, because that's saying so much already from this trailer has been mixed. The trailer was mixed. Lots of people like loved Ben Affleck, but like in this trailer, people are already worried he's being too funny or too jokey, you know. And I am too. The first time I watched it didn't bug me, but there is like the second time when it's not that he makes a couple of jokes. It's when he throws the boomerang at Flash, the batarang, and Flash catches it, and he's like, "I'm putting together a team of people with special ability." And Flash is like, "Hang on, I'm in," and Bruce is like, "You are?" And that's what got me at the same time. It was not the joke, it was just like he didn't feel like he was Bruce Wayne. So now it's like,
felt like he was more like Ben Affleck.
Well, yeah, now it's like in the, like, we all loved him in BVS, but we're always like, man, like, he's not exactly like Batman because he's a little too violent, you know? But now it's
but you can always deal with it, you're like...
Well, I can't. I have problems with it. But, like, but the thing, same thing is, like, his character felt like Batman, right? And then, but this one feels like, okay, they're gonna make him not kill, but then he might be this more, like, fun Batman. I don't want that. Like, just take the same Batman you had there and just make him not kill. Like, to me, that's perfect. And that's where I don't think... I don't know. I really don't know this movie. I don't. And the thing is, same thing we talk about. What if Wonder Woman we do not like her? It's mixed again. Then it's that just. like going in that movie, it won't feel like a chore, but it's just gonna be like, and that's why I'm sad that I'm not excited for this. It's the Avengers. I should be excited for DC's Avengers, but I'm not. It just feels like this is the first go around, and maybe in 10 years when they reboot it, they might do a better shot at it.
I think this kind of just goes back to what we've always discussed before, is that, we've seen all these characters beforehand, like for Marvel, let's say, and they have all their own little solo thing, and you really actually see this team up. Now they're just put together, they're teamed up, and you're like, okay, like, your excitement level kind of just drops a bit, because you're not as excited for, like...
You're not as invested either.
In these characters at all. You just know that... Well, I guess with a little bit of Batman, because you've seen BVS, you've seen him been in Suicide Squad, so like, okay, that's kind of cool. But,
but we already like Batman.
But yeah.
We're always going to like Batman.
Yeah, but...
and even then, though, we're more invested in Batman, but we're still not enough because we don't know everything about him still.
Yeah.
We still don't know why there was a fucking dead Robin suit. We don't know why he was killing people. Yeah. That's my worry, is like you saying like we're invested in him, but like we only have so much investment. Like if he's the one we're most invested in, like that's some worrisome. And like Superman is dead, so he's not going to be around for the whole film. I think.
But even though he's on the poster.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what like.
Well, do you think he comes in? Barring that the trailer shows us, when do you think he comes in? I don't think he comes at the beginning. Do you think he's a middle, they bring him back to life somehow, or he saves somebody, or do you think it's a Force Awakens Luke Skywalker thing where he pops up at the end or near the end? Where do you think he would come in?
I think he's going to come in when they most need him.
That's very non-specific, but I like it.
No, like kind of more towards the end, where it's
okay. I thought you were just like being the fucking Riddler.
No,
when you least expect it, Batman.
I'm just hitting on Wonder Woman, and you just come out of nowhere.
Yeah, just about to get it on, and like, hey Bruce,
what are you doing? Mm-hmm. No, I think he's gonna come in when they're fighting these villains and they're really down, and they need that one last piece to really close the puzzle, and that's going to be your Superman there. Okay,
no, I can agree with that. I have two things, because we're not doing a superhero news roundup this month. We incorporated the Deadpool news in this. I'm incorporating two other pieces of news into this Justice League thing. In the cast, it has said that, not how big his role is, but it has said that Lex Luthor is coming back. Big shrug for, how do you feel about that?
Let me just give me a moment to get my thoughts together. Mm-hmm. But, again, like, I think they just, you've had these characters before, so it's probably just easier just to put them in again to try to make the story a little bit more interesting. But is it going to make it more interesting? I'm not too sure. I guess we don't know the stakes or anything like that, so there's a lot of unknowns.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feel about the actual character? Because you didn't like... I wasn't
a big fan of
No, so how do you feel just him in general coming back? Because I'm the same way. This is funny. Like, to go in a time machine when I thought, like, it's so bad. But, like, I thought watching BVS, like, Luthor was going to be the worst thing we were going to get out of the DCU. Lo and behold, we get Joker and Suicide Squad a few months later. So it's kind of funny. It's kind of like a couple weeks ago when we recorded this. Passengers and Assassin's Creed came out at the same time. Yeah. And Passengers reviews hit first. And it was like at 30%. And I was like, man, this is so bad, blah, blah. And then like 2 days, they were releasing the same week. And then 2 days later, the reviews for Assassin's Creed came out. Yeah. And it was like at 19%. So it was like, even though Passengers was bad, all the attention changed to Assassin's Creed. And I felt like that's what happened with Luthor. Because I'll say two things. I think I've talked to more people that liked his Luthor than I've talked to more people that have liked like Leto's Joker. Because like other than Jeff, who's been on here with us, have any of your friends like you've talked to outside of our cast like liked it? Because no one in our cast like. Even I think Jeff liked it, Jessica and Taylor liked it, but no one was. Those people weren't blown away. Yeah. And then the rest of the people did not like that. Kirkland, myself, Dylan, you did not like it. Liam does not like it. Like those are the only three people I've met personally. I've seen some people online, but I saw a lot more defense for his Luthor and a lot more people saying that they actually liked it opposed to Leto's Joker. So before you answer, that's why I like that. It was kind of mixed, but then the second Leto's Joker hit, all the negative tension around Luthor went away, and it's like, yeah, but he wasn't as bad as the Joker. And that's how I kind of feel. Where it's so funny if before Suicide Squad was announced, or before we saw it, and if I would have heard this news, I'd be like, "Oh fuck!" Like I hated Luther. Like I did not like it at all.
Yeah.
I
How
thought
could it get worse than this?
Yeah, I did not think like it was his fault. It was just the writing of it. I was like, "Oh, man, I like." Yeah, how could it get worse? This and then when the Joker thing happened, now it's just like I forgot how much that I disliked it, but there's something I dislike more, and it's really weird. And I think the bad part is the same thing with him, the Joker. Yeah. Those characters kind of have to come back at points, right? Because they're so popular, or they're so important.
Yeah.
So it's like with Luther, I'm not thrilled about it because I didn't like it. Now thinking back on it, because I haven't thought about it in a while, I did not.
I think you're definitely going to get Justice League him in Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
Like.
Getting out.
Or getting out. Him and the Joker.
Oh God! Imagine those two together.
Hey man, Suicide Squad was huge. I would imagine if you saw the Joker in Justice League, I wouldn't put it past.
I think that's my fucking nightmare, is those two in a scene together. Like, can you picture Jesse Eisenberg's Luther and Jared Leto's Joker together? My mind would fucking explode. But at the same time, even though I don't like them both, like the characters, I want to see that scene. Like, I want to, because actually no, like I don't, but like the so bad it's good. Like, that'd be strange. I don't know if I could handle. That would be a great review. But and speaking of, because he's not in any movie news or anything like that.
Jesse Eisenberg?
No. Jared Leto. Because I had a couple like this time prediction for 2017 as well. Do you think in 2017 we hear anything about him coming back at all? Because they've announced that they're doing that solo Harley Quinn movie with Catwoman, Poison Ivy. Yeah. No word about him. Ever since Suicide Squad came out, no word. Like, we heard about his role being cut. We heard him saying he was not happy with it, and there was maybe some tension. In 2017, do we get any, not even an announcement, just some sort of clarification of if he's coming back at all? Because it's been quiet about that. Like, everybody else, they've been like, oh, we might do a Deadshot spin-off, and we might do a Harley Quinn, but like, even with the Batman, which they're going to be started filming next year, like, he's not the villain. Deadshot is, and it's like, or not, Deathstroke, and people have said like, oh, like, someone could hire him, so maybe that's the Joker, but they haven't said that, right? So do you think we hear any clarification of if he's coming back, when he's coming back?
I think we're going to have to. There's a full year. Something's going to have to spill by the time next year.
And then do you think it is he's coming back, or do you think it's we have no plans for the Joker as of right now?
I think we'll probably just say we have no plans for the Joker. But
I have that vibe too. I honestly, and this is not me saying this because I didn't like him, I honestly feel like there's a good chance we might not ever see him
I don't think he really fit in with everything at all. Like,
he feels like he's in a completely different like universe.
Yeah, even if you threw that Joker into BVS, it wouldn't make any sense.
Well, that's always been my thing of like, and I know if you're a fan of it, that's great. But like we're like it's people that aren't fan, but no, like you already like it. So us saying this is going to change your mind. So this is where you can hear the different perspective. Like myself, I couldn't. That was my biggest thing with Squad. I could not see his Joker and that Batman being together in the same world. Like, I just feel like there was something about, I feel like both Jokers, but like Ledger's especially, and I hate to compare, but just, I'm comparing just relationships. We haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. But the relationships, you always felt like there was a way that Ledger's Joker could find a way to outsmart Batman, outthink Batman, you know, like, there was always some reason that Batman was kind of like behind the eight ball, where I just feel like with Jared Leto's Joker, like Ben Affleck's Batman would just fucking like kick the shit out of him and it'd be over. Like, I don't think that like,
or like something completely random would happen and then the Joker would win and you'd be like, wait, what?
Yeah,
this doesn't make any sense at all.
Like he didn't see, like even that thing with the Suicide Squad scene, like they never showed the Joker outsmarting Batman, right? Like he just got in the water and Joker was gone. So it's stuff like that's like, okay, I guess, but like he didn't do anything to like stop like. And just like with that Joker when he's wearing his like Batman like what are the spandex and lady, like I just don't see it meshing, and like it's
too not cartoonish, but it's too
over the top for
what the direction, especially if, let's say Ben Affleck is directing. I don't think he's gonna want that at all. I hope not. Ben Affleck.
You look at his movies like Argo and The Town, like. It just does not match the tone, and it just, I think it is over the top. It just does, there's just something about it that just, it's like trying to like put a circle into a square peg hole. Like there's just not something about that Joker in a Batman movie that doesn't fit. Who knows? It could come out and maybe they could change their minds and stuff. But I just
You know what would have to happen?
what?
Flashpoint.
Oh God, with Flashpoint. But like, yeah,
But that's the only reason how you get a new Joker after introducing that Joker.
well, I honestly hope it happens. I don't think it will, but I hope it does happen at some point because it is a thing. Like, I am interested to see what happens in the future, whether he comes back or not, because we've just heard so much nothing, and we haven't heard him say too much after that.
No.
I always remember this quote leading up to interviews. He said that someone asked him, like, oh, what happens if people don't like your performance or portrayal? He said that, oh, like, I'd go hide in a cave and you'd never see the Joker again. And that was the thing that always, like, made me think, and, like, there was a lot of people that didn't like that Joker.
Yeah.
You know, he is the butt of a joke, no pun intended, for a lot of jokes this year for people that didn't like it, right? Yeah. It's like we talk about all the time, cast hunka hunka. I've heard people not honor cast, you talk about the hunka hunka line. Like the scene with Common, like everything, like, yeah, I'm interested to see what happens, because we didn't hear anything about Lex, and they just randomly just said, oh, he's in Justice League. Wow. So maybe that'll happen with...
They're like, well, I guess Lex wasn't so bad, so...
Yeah, you get one or the other. I'll take Lex, please. So now, let's rank these. What are you most excited for? Because I feel like that's the easiest thing, and then we can both go from there.
I think Logan.
Really? You're most excited for that, and I imagine that Guardians is your 2, right?
Guardians. Pretty
so what about... Is it just that it seems more different that makes you more excited about it?
Yeah, I think it's just... I think that's actually the most one that I talked about was Logan, and seeing kind of a different style of a film that's being portrayed, I guess, different. Well, I'm just using different in some different ways. So Logan
and Guardians, I'd agree there. I think it's just because with Guardians, I think you know it's going to be a good time, but Logan looks like it could be a different type of good time, you know? Yeah. Like, even though that movie, we kind of know Hugh Jackman has to die, like, that's how the movie's going to end, but we're all going to be crying if it's done right, like... So, I agree with you. I'm more like, I joke about the Justice League thing. If I had to pick one movie to see, like, from excitement, it would be Logan out of all these. Even though I love Guardians. Guardians, for me, is, like, one of the best superhero films ever. But there's something about that trailer with Logan that makes me want to see what that movie is, you know? But I think Guardians is, like, a solid number 2. I think that's easily the next movie I'm most excited for. What would be next? The ones we got next, we got... Lego Batman, we got Wonder Woman, we got Spider-Man, we got Thor, and we got Justice League.
The thing is that I'm already excited for Lego Man, or
Lego Man!
Wow, Batman, Lego, is just because of, it's going to be good, regardless. So I don't know if I'm more, like, excited, it's just, like, I guess I know it's going to be good. So I think the next one, I might just put that in the, like, I'm excited for it.
You're excited, but I think with that one, we know its limits. We know it's more just kind of a fun, good time sort of movie. It's not going to be anything. Because even with Guardians, we said, like, oh, it's going to be fun and good, but, like, there's moments of that movie that blow you away. Bless you, Kyle. Yeah. Wow. There's moments that could blow us away, and it's more, it does have their dramatic moments, right? Lego Batman is never going to really have that much dramatic moments. So then, where are you going? Because I think you're going one way, but I think I'm going the other. So I'm not going to reveal which one I would put next. I've not written it down.
Oh, I just need to look at the list.
We got... So I'll take out these three, because Lego Batman will be somewhere in the middle. So right now I got Wonder Woman, Spider-Man, Thor, and Justice League.
I think I'm going to go with Spider-Man.
Okay, I was there too. I thought you were going to go Wonder Woman.
I wasn't going to go Wonder Woman just because I'm going to go kind of back the track with Wonder Woman. Like, it's going to be good, but it's one of those films again that I'm just going to be.
You're still
hesitant.
worried.
I'm still a little bit like, it looks good, but I'm still a little bit worried.
Where I feel like if both BVS or Suicide Squad, I think if one of them was good, it'd be a little higher. Yeah. I think if both those movies were good, that if both movies were good and we saw the trailers that we seen one of them, I think this would be high up. I honestly think this could be. It would honestly. I think it would almost be like Logan and then Wonder Woman. And people can say like, oh, just base it on its trailer, but like. It's the same company and people writing these movies. It's the same thing as Marvel. You can't be like the same reason we're talking about like Thor will probably at least be good. It's because like Marvel's team, right? Same thing as DC. DC's team is very kind of in the middle right now. So I honestly would go. Now it's Lego Batman and Wonder Woman. For me, I guess I don't know. I guess I would go Wonder Woman. Tentatively, because of what we did talk about Lego Batman, it is just kind of.
You know it's going to be good. So,
Yeah.
like, I'm excited, but it's not like I'm gonna go same Wonder Woman than Lego Batman, just because I know Lego Batman's gonna be better. Well, hopefully not better than Wonder Woman.
I can't tell you that's not going to happen, man. I literally can't tell you that.
I want Wonder Woman to be really good. But
Lego Batman might be the best Batman movie we've gone the past 3 years since Dark Knight Rises. Yeah. Well, I think, and a good point is, too, just Solo, I said this earlier, Solo by itself, I'm excited just to see a Wonder Woman film on screen. Yeah. It's good to have
a strong female character.
Yeah, out there, and like
well.
female, like you look at Civil War, the biggest thing is it's a huge sausage fest.
Yeah.
You got Scarlet Witch and Black Widow, and that's it. You know, so we need more of these. So Wonder Woman, Lego Batman. Next would be Thor and Justice League. Now I'm gonna say something controversial. I know we did this last year because Strange was lower because we hadn't seen a trailer. And for myself,
you're gonna go Thor then Justice League.
I would because I'm not excited yet for Justice League. I don't have hype. At least Wonder Woman, I have a little hype right now. I just have no. And honestly, it could be yes because the movie is in November. It's a long ways away, but there's something more. I'm more intrigued to see what Strange, Loki, and Hulk do
than Justice League.
Yeah, than Justice League because it just. I just.
But
feel
Lex
like,
Luthor's going to be in Justice League.
Well, yes, number one. I've no intrigue going in. The stuff I've seen already looks all right. It doesn't look like I've been blown away. So that's what I would go. Would you? If you feel differently, I will go differently because I feel like I am.
I don't think you're alone on this one.
No.
Just because, again, to reiterate what we said before, is that we already know Marvel does like a pretty decent job on the movies. Look at Ant-Man, great example. Mm-hmm. Like you kind of,
not an amazing movie.
You're like it's a Marvel movie. Ant-Man. I didn't go see it in theaters personally because I was like, well, it's gonna be all right. And I watched it. It was like, yeah, it wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't like the best movie I've ever seen, but like it was a good, just solid movie. So I think that's what you can at least expect that from Thor, if not better, just because you've had that story behind everything as well too, with all the previous Thors and kind of Hulk on.
We have more between the Thors and Avengers. We have more knowledge of just Thor and Loki and Hulk
without a trailer.
Yeah, without a trailer going in than we do with Justice League. With Justice League has. Was it Batman, Flash, Wonder Woman, Superman, Aquaman, and Cyborg? 6 characters that one we kind of know about. I guess the good thing is hopefully Wonder Woman will be good, so we'll know more about her. Mm-hmm. But then if Superman's barely, like if he's in halfway, I don't really count that. So it's like you kind of have 2, even if you count Superman 30%, or
I think
50% of the main cast we kind of know, right?
Yeah. I was going to say Superman's definitely going to be in Justice League.
Yeah. But then I just feel like he's going to be different because he'll be like maybe a nice Superman now, not like killing people. So you would go like that too?
Cities?
Thor? Yeah, in cities.
I'm going to go with Thor and then Justice League. Just because I don't know. Mm-hmm.
So this is our list as we have it. DC fans fucking hate us, but hey, I'm so hoping next year when we talk about this, if we're luckily still around and the world hasn't been destroyed by asteroid, that Justice League is number 1. I hope we come up being like, man, best superhero comic movie of 2016 or 2017.
2017.
Like, I hope so, man. Like, I really want to like it. I really want to be blown away. Same as Wonder Woman. So it goes Logan, Guardians, Spider-Man, Wonder Woman, Lego Batman, Thor, Ragnarok, and Justice League for our excitement. So these are our excitement levels. Now, I want to go, and people can get mad, be like, Rotten Tomatoes, why it's so important, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. It's an aggregate reviews. It's something easy to judge reviews on. It is still a bragging right thing. If you don't see movies based upon that, great. You don't have to. No one says that, but we talk about a lot of time. I trust critics for the most part, or I have critics that I trust that I look into. So out of all these movies that I listed, so now your excitement, what do you think will have... And you know what? I think I'm going to take Lego Batman out of this because I think it's going to review good. I don't think I think it's a different type of thing because I think no matter what, it'll be like in the 70s sort of range. So I think it's less interesting to talk about. So out of all these movies, what do you think would have the highest score on Rotten Tomatoes by the end of 2017? All these movies come out.
I think Guardians.
Yeah, me too. 100%.
100%.
That's what I mean. Like, and I feel like Guardians for us is last year's Civil War because we put Civil War at 3. Yeah. That is one of like our favorite movies of this year. It's probably one of our favorite comic book movies. Yeah. I think it's the greatest like Marvel's movie. I think you'd agree. Like the MCU movies, it's our favorites. So it's like, but we had it 3 because we were kind of just like, oh yeah, we know it's going to be good, but we got Batman vs. Superman, that's the first time ever. We got Deadpool first time ever, but then when we walked out, Civil War blew us away. I think Guardians will still do that.
Yeah.
And I think we're just kind of like measuring our expectations and be like, oh yeah, it's going to be good, and then I hope it'll blow us away, but I do think it would be the best review out of them all. Because I don't see any of the other ones, to be honest, getting past it if it's as good or around the first one. And the first one reviewed really high. Yeah. What would you go for 2?
I think I'd probably go with Spider-Man.
I would too. I was exactly thinking that because I think that's going to be sorry, but I think it's going to be a pretty basic movie. Yeah. I hope it's executed well, but I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be Peter in school, Peter dating life,
kind of play by the books. So.
Yeah. Beat the villain. He's juggling his job and these girls, everything like that. So I think it's kind of hard to screw up, which makes me always like mad at the Amazing Spider-Man ones because even though you like them a little bit, or you like maybe Emma Stone.
I think I like Emma Stone more than anything else.
It's pretty simple in the route. They look like they're taking a symbol. Even if Iron Man's in there, I don't think it would take another score that much. So, Spider-Man, what would be third? Because we got Logan left, we got Wonder Woman, we got Thor, and Justice League.
I kind of want to go with I want to say Logan, but again, I don't.
That one is the biggest. I don't know where to put that. That's the biggest dice roll for me. I'm debating between. Once again, I'm sorry. It's just I'm basing off of like critics. Yeah. I'm going back between Logan and Thor.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Logan
because
Thor.
Once again, Thor has that. It's gonna be good sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I will, and this is much with some hope, I will put Logan a little higher. Because the thing is, I think if Logan is like what we saw in the trailer, exactly, I think it could be the highest out of all of them. I think Logan could easily be, Logan out of all of these films, I think with Justice League 1, we're like, it could probably be bad or kind of good. Logan, to me, it could be high or low. I could honestly see it being like a 60 if it's kind of just all right, you know, but I could see it being in that 95, 96 realm, so...
I'm going to go with Logan.
I'll go Logan. We could either was next year. Logan and then Thor.
Yeah.
DC fans saying this again. I would go Wonder Woman next.
Oh, for sure.
And then Justice League. Because I think both of them have a shot of being rotten, but I think Justice League has a bigger shot.
I think Wonder Woman at least would score... I don't want to throw out numbers now.
No, go ahead. No, do it.
No, I was thinking like at least a 50 or... I feel like Wonder Woman would be at least a decent movie to watch.
Well, remember, but this is why everyone says, if everyone gets mad at us for that, because we said the same thing about Squad, right? Yeah. Because we said, well, it's going to be a lot simpler than BVS. It looks just a lot more fun. It looks a lot more kind of just single-minded. It doesn't have to set up a world, right? It just look like these bad guys on a thing, and we still, I didn't like it. You walked out still being, it wasn't that good. Yeah. So it's the same thing as Wonder Woman. We say... Oh yeah, it looks like a solo story, but it could still that didn't help Squad, right? The solo story for some reason it didn't pan out for us.
I think it's definitely going to be better than Squad.
I know, but I said the same about BVS, and I bit myself because I like BVS better than Squad because I remember I'm gonna like Squad more, but I think then when Justice League comes up, it's gonna be better than Wonder Woman, promise. Mm-hmm. No, I would go like that, and then I would go Justice League, and that was the next question I was gonna ask. So do you think both BVS and Squad? Yeah. BVS has a 27, I believe, on Rotten Tomatoes. Squad has a 26. Do you think one of these films, just one, can be a positive on Rotten Tomatoes? A positive would be 60 or higher.
I would say it would be Wonder Woman.
But do you think it will? I know that's.
I want it to be.
Do you think it will? And
you know what?
I want the truth, guys.
I think it will, just because it's more of less characters, kind of more of a simpler story.
Standalone, eventually.
Standalone.
Yeah.
And if it's her own thing that's happening, more or less than just all these other characters that they've just thrown in or a different style. I feel like they've really set the tone of what they want to do in this movie, and the kind of that World War I type setup, and even them fighting the Amazons, it looks kind of interesting. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it'll at least be positive. I think it'll be more than BVS, and
and this is once again, and you fans get mad at me and whatnot, but I am getting my hopes up. I think 100%. I would bet a big ton of money that I think it will be a pass. I think it will be fresh.
Yeah.
I could see it being in the 65 to 71 range. Not amazing,
Yeah.
but at least good to people really good.
Yeah.
Justice League is the one that I think has so much batons, trying to, I don't know, plates. I don't know why I picked batons as a word, but I think it has so much to do and so much to set up and so many characters to introduce and yada yada yada. I think that one could easily be a fail. Like I look at that, I have no reason to think that's not gonna be wrong. But I do think Wonder Woman will be, because even Man of Steel is 55. It's rotten too. So with the DCU, they've never had a fresh movie. I think this will be the fresh one. And honestly, if I wake up the day that those reviews come out, because with Squad I didn't look, but I knew it was raw, and just because you could see the fans complaining. But if I wake up, I'm gonna look at the Wonder Woman reviews, and if I just see another raw, and I'm just gonna let. And once again, don't let that not get you see a movie or make your opinion.
For sure.
You know, because for me, technically BVS is a fresh. I give it a 6 out of 10. It's a fresh for me. I think people think that movie's a lot worse than it is, but.
Some people enjoy it. I enjoyed Suicide Squad more than I did with BVS.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. But I think it's still for just the general. I want everyone to love that. So when people, I think they kind of misconstrue that when you care about that much of the ratings of the critics. No, I'm just if they really like it, that's good. Because critics, to me, in the superhero movies, it took a while for that to be accepted in that culture, not just being a cash cow or cash grab kind of nerdy, only for a specific group audience, a group for everybody. So that's why
the biggest breakdown movie for that was Guardians. Well, I guess Avengers.
I'll still say The Dark Knight again.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, The Dark Knight.
When we start talking this guy. But I would agree with, I think with all of those, I think Captain America Winter Soldier did that too, because that was very, grounded. So that's why when I wake up, I just want to see it, because, oh man, if they're really liking it, there's a chance myself and other people could like it, and it just helps for momentum. I want to see, even if I don't like it, it's the same thing as with Rogue One. I think I gave it a 7. I still like it. Yeah, I still like it, but I'm not going to be because I didn't love it, I'm going to be man, I hope that people are reviewing for it. I would rather it be I think it's an 80 or 90. I want it to be as good as possible because we get more of these, more people enjoying them. So
even with Rogue One, I have lots of friends. I gave it a 7. I still like the movie, but I have friends who way liked it so much better than The Force Awakens.
I know, it's so. I feel like it's other than Taylor, because Taylor loves every movie. Yeah. I feel like that movie, which is a quick tangent on that, that movie is so much. I feel like the people that love Force Awakens and kind of liked it have switched from Rogue One, because there's so many people that talk about fan service to me with Force Awakens. I'm I thought it was the right amount, it was perfect, but then in Rogue One, I'm yeah, there's too many cameos, too many Easter eggs, and I was that guy. So it's so funny, that movie, as I talk to more people. But once again, people love it. Now, here's our last one we're going to talk about, box office.
Oh.
What do you think it's going to be? And I'm taking Lego Batman again, because it's it's an anime movie. I'm not sure how it's going to do. I honestly, it's not sounding like a broken record, but I think Guardians has the biggest, easiest shot of being number 1, just because we talked about this when the trailer came out. I saw people I didn't even know liked the movie share that trailer and just I can't wait for this, I can't, blah, blah, between Baby Groot and Drax and Chris Pratt is even a bigger star now.
Yeah.
I think that movie is the biggest, and I think we're just talking domestic, so North America.
Yeah.
Even worldwide, I think it would be bigger, but I think Guardians will be the biggest. I think people are the most excited for that one.
I'll agree with that as well, too.
Now, this is the part where...
But, this is going to be a little trickier, because you know what? I think Justice League is going to be higher up there.
Well, that's what I was going to ask, because this is the thing, honestly, it could be rotten, but that doesn't matter. Squad made a lot of money, BVS still made a lot of money, but that's the thing. Is it... I'm honestly in the middle. Is it Justice... Because Is it Justice League or Wonder Woman? Because it's funny, I think those ones have the lesser shot of being... better reviewed or better liked by critics and mainstream people or fans. But the thing is, I think people will go out to see them. And the thing is, what if lots of people go see Wonder Woman's not that good, but it still makes lots of money? Does that hurt Justice League at all?
I don't think so.
Okay, because that's my thinking with Wonder Woman of why I think it would do better. But if you think Justice League, I can go Justice League. It's a really toss-up. I think those are actually 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Because it's your first ever Wonder Woman movie. Even though she was in BVS, that's huge. That's a huge landmark. She's been around forever. Yeah. Justice League, you do have a lot of people coming together. And the only thing I guess I'll throw out to you, too, with Justice League, if that's changed your opinion or not, it comes out the same month as Thor 3. Does that change anything?
No.
Do you think that hurts Thor 3 more than anything? Thor 3 comes out first, or do you think they just do whatever they would do?
I think they'll just do whatever they'll do. I feel like Justice League, since it's such a huge iconic film, that it's gonna do well box office wise.
No matter what.
No matter what, because people are gonna like look at us like we have to watch it because what the hell is gonna happen? But then
even our parents know the name of like what the Justice League is.
And then even the DC, you have the hardcore DC fanboys where they'll love it no matter what. Like you have the people who love BVS and Suicide Squad, right? Like Justice League. Like I've heard lots of people excited for Justice League as well too. So that's why I think
So you would go JL over Wonder Woman then?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, and would you agree though? Wonder Woman's probably third then.
Yeah,
Because thing is, I don't think that, like, looking at the other ones, you have the last three we have left is Spider-Man, Thor, and Logan. I think, as a spoiler, I think Logan is the lowest because it's rated R. Even though people can talk about how much money Deadpool made, Deadpool's a whole different thing. That's a hangover experience where I think you go... I hope Logan's the same where we want to go see it over and over and over again, but I think that's a different sort of movie that is an independent movie, that is a movie that I think... people could see once, and because it could be darker, kind of like, okay, that was enough for me. I don't need to see it again. It could be depressing.
I go with Spider-Man, Thor, and then Logan.
Yeah, I would go Spider-Man too, because I think Spider-Man, even though it's the first one,
because I feel like there would be more. I would probably want to watch if Spider-Man was good. Probably want to watch it again more than Thor.
Well, I think it's going to be more of a
fun film.
A fun film, and even then you have lots of families. You know, like that's a movie that comes out at a perfect time in July for kids are off of school. Kids like birthdays or just get together. Like that could be. I remember when Spider-Man 3 came out. I wasn't even like. Now I'm not the biggest fan because I'm older, but when I liked it back then, I think that was one of the first movies. I think other than like the prequels of Star Wars, I had seen like 3 or 4 times in the theaters because of Spider-Man. I really enjoyed it, and it was so much fun. And I had like a little income of my own, like an allowance to go see it myself, and saw it with friends. So yeah, I would agree. So for our box office, we have Guardians at 1, Justice League, and that, you think you just reinstate. You think 100%. Guardians does better than Justice League, even though we talk about with the mainstream people, the DC, and it being an iconic name. Because it's the only one looking at... Seeing that paired together now that we made the list, it's strange seeing that. I still believe in it, but it's strange seeing that Guardians Galaxy 2 would be bigger than Justice League.
Oh, so now you kind of put that... I still think just so many people are so excited for Guardians, and that, even again, like people you don't think are into that type of style of movies... They're raving about it,
and I think it has a bigger reach too because it has a comedy side too. So I think families could go see it. Where I think Justice League's gonna be a lot more lighter than BVS. So I don't think they got to worry about that. But if any of them saw BVS, they might be like, "Oh, Batman's kind of like this in these movies. I don't think I need to take my son or daughter to that." So, but saying that, this is the thing I will say.
I'm still gonna say Guardians.
I will too. This is my last thing to say on Justice League. If Justice League ends up being like fresh on Rotten Tomatoes or ends up being actually really good, I could easily see Justice League doing more than Guardians. I think Guardians does well no matter what, and same as Justice League. I think Justice League, let's say even if it's a fucking 10 Rotten Tomatoes, it's like Transformers. It's going to go out, make a lot of money, could make $1 billion. But I think if that thing gets really good reviews, I think that it has the chance to be the biggest superhero movie next year. Star Wars 8 is out next year. That's going to be the biggest movie of the year because it's... Luke's back. You can't beat Luke. You can't Luke would kill all these people, unless you had like a Luke versus Batman movie, then that's about it. But I think if it reviews well and people like it, Justice League has a chance to grow. Yeah. So we got Guardians, Justice League, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man, Thor, and Logan. That I feel like out of all of ours, the box office one is the best. It's the closest we have on all of them. Yeah. Of what we think. So. Yeah, is there anything you want to say, or and in the cast, anything you want to say about the future year of 2017?
Let's hope
these movies.
Let's hope it's a great future for all these movies.
Just in general.
No, I'm excited for all the movies that are coming out. I just can't wait to see them and review them and see how they all pan out, and hopefully that our guesses are somewhat kind of right, or they prove me completely wrong as well.
Yeah, I hope some of them are completely wrong. I hope those DC ones are completely wrong.
More of the DC ones.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. I'm excited. It's gonna be a fun year because we got lots of Lego Batman's right in February. Then it goes to Logan March. It's January, February, March. Logan is literally 3 months away only. 3 months away. Man, I cannot wait to see it. I cannot wait to see, even I know it's TV, but, Iron Fist comes out this year.
That's true,
and Defenders. And Punisher's own TV show comes out this year. It's a good year to be a superhero comic book
There's
fan.
so many
so
superhero films, comic films out.
7 next year.
It's insane.
That's one more than last year. Because of Gambit. Gambit dropped the cards. But anyways, thank you very much for tuning in. I'm not sure what we're going to be talking about next. Who knows? You can find us. Go to geekverspodcast.com. You can find all our social media links. You can find our Patreon where you can support us and get episodes early. You can go to YouTube, SoundCloud,
Facebook,
iTunes,
Twitter,
anywhere. We're all over, except the phone book.
Yeah.
That's about it.
And I promise you, next time it will not be boring.
Wait a second.
What?
Remember, that was not our sign-off for Dynamic Duo.
Oh, what's our... Oh, man, I just blacked out.
We'll see you later. It's that one.
Oh.